Number 1. Me first. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. Aries has a predisposed me first attitude towards everything in life. This is great for their own personal pursuits, but destructive when it comes to relationships and others in general. Aries doesn't allow others to take the lead. Aries will force themselves to the front and charge forward. Destruction happens left, right and center before Aries matures. Number 2. Toddler tantrums. The zodiac tells a story of a spiritual journey. Aries being the first sign represents the soul at its most raw state, the initial stage. This brings about an innocent nature to Aries, a curious adventure-taking attitude. But Aries is also a sign which has one of the most fiery tempers in the zodiac. So alongside being spiritually immature, the tantrums Aries throws can be very destructive to people and the environment. Childlike aggression even when grown. You can meet an adult Aries who seems like they're going through the terrible twos, the way they can't control their anger, lashing out, rebelling and so forth. Hell, you can even catch an adult Aries arguing with a child in your local shopping centre. Number 3. Mars ruled. Mars, the planet of your drive, rules Aries, the red planet. Mars, aka Aries, is a warrior, god of war. These traits are easily seen in Aries as Aries is a masculine sign, meaning it's externally focused. So this can bring about a destructive nature by default. Aries from young can be known as fighters, dominating others, which can still be there when they're grown. Aries can turn anything into a battle, absolutely anything. Even disagreeing with an Aries can seem like a challenge to them. Not a way of them trying to understand your way. It's a challenge to them to get their way across, their point of view seen. An Aries even hearing this video can be ready to fight me or disagree with me, whether I'm right or wrong. So being ruled by Mars basically means Aries has that drive by default, that aggression. And with the sun in exaltation too, it basically means Aries are like action men and women. Brave as hell and always ready to throw down. Number 4. Act first. Aries rules the head on the zodiac body. It has many positive meanings, but on the negative side, Aries literally doesn't use their head, logically. Oh, they'll use it physically though, just like the ram, they'll headbutt you, bump heads with others quickly. Aries has so much energy that they can be too impulsive. There's almost no thinking, it's just straight actions. Split second thought, act. Especially when heated, there's zero control. This trait is destructive and can cause Aries so much trouble. From saying the wrong thing to doing the wrong thing, then realizing afterwards when they think about it or when they just notice the damage or mistake. Or manipulation, as Aries are easy to provoke, easy to get a reaction out of. This goes back to the immaturity and me first attitude. It's not even a lack of consideration for another, it's just they'll instinctively do what they want to, and others can just be in the way of it. Number 5. Cardinal fire. What will explain the majority of Aries traits is the simple fact they are a cardinal fire sign. Cardinal energy is initiator energy. They get the ball rolling. And fire energy is energetic, exertive energy. It's the first sign, the big bang explosion. The destructive nature again comes in where Aries will basically start things first. They are fire starters, which is good when it's warranted and everyone else is hesitating, but with the act first think later side, mistakes easily gets made by impulsive Aries. Number 6. No order. Saturn, the planet of order and karma, is weak in Aries because it is exalted in Libra, their opposite sign. To break it down, Aries is like someone running around doing as they please and keeps facing karma for it. but has the energy and strength to get back up and do it again, rinse and repeat, without even deeping the lessons. On the negative side, Aries can cause so much disharmony and create wars amongst many. Even trying to school Aries can result in Aries seeing you as an enemy. It's like night and day with Aries who matures out of this, otherwise they are a sign that can get isolated from the rest from how destructive they have been. Not because they want to be alone, and face karma over and over again without even realizing why. Number 7. Who are you? Aries is the sign of the self. The ego is typically strong, and Aries finds a sense of self pretty quickly. Confidence is not something your average Aries will lack. They will see themselves as first. Now, if Aries is around others who doesn't know themselves, they can easily turn into followers. Aries will confidently say, I am Aries. I am the I am. And if you can't say who you are with confidence, you will be made to follow and can be bossed around and led down wrong paths. You're either a follower of or an enemy to Aries before any sort of maturity. Even people close to Aries can act like they are followers and they're the leader. Aries will know they are powerful and be aware of who isn't. Number 8. Unlimited energy. As mentioned, Aries is ruled by Mars alongside the Sun in exaltation. Aries typically has energy for days, which can be too much for others. You can get into a slugger match with an Aries, put up a real good fight, and then be wounded and tired, needing a rest. The next day, you can see the same Aries coming back for round 2 even if they are damaged as well. You can have a heated argument with an Aries, make some great points and think you've come to an understanding. The Aries can come back not long after and start a whole new argument, reigniting a dying flame. Aries can be destructive to peace in general, where you can feel like a tired mother with an energetic toddler. No rest for you. Number 9. Zero patience. Being the baby of the Zodiac, Aries has many lessons to learn. More than the rest. A grown and matured Aries is great to be around because they would have literally spiritually matured as a person. This Aries can inspire anyone. Matured Aries are calm. Still got that rage there, but are calm. Resembles a healthy Taurus. But before all that, or just in general, Aries does not wait for nothing. For no one. Saturn rules time. Mars don't care about time. It works on its own timing and does what it wants. So Aries is me first now. They want their desires, their goals, their dreams right now. No time to wait. Give me it now. So listen, I'm not saying all Aries are jailbirds, but if there's a sign you'd expect to see in prison due to this same impatience, it's Aries. Are you even an Aries if you don't have at least one mugshot? Number 10. Dare me to do it. Aries is probably the most daring sign. Aries is like an adrenaline junkie. They can get a real kick out of destructive and dangerous things. As in, it soothes their soul type of kick. You don't have to dare an Aries to do something, and Aries will tell you to dare them, just so they have an excuse to do something destructive and disruptive. Depending on your morals and the Aries' morals, lots of fun can be had with Aries, and even when matured, they keep their youthful nature. Sometimes it's all innocent, but other times they can and will be menaces to many. Once Aries learns how to channel their energy into positive things, they are an unstoppable force in any field, using their head. The only extra challenge they may face is finishing what they start. Number 1. The throat. Taurus rules the throat on the zodiac body. The vocal chakra is open. The vocal cords are activated. Being ruled by the artistic Venus with the mothering moon in its rotation, this can bring about people who uses their vocals creatively to relate to people. So off the bat we have like singers, for example. Singers can be highly influential people. They can get a message across way easier than a politician in a suit can. This is why music is controlled, but anyway. So when it's a Taurus who wants something done positively or negatively, from how a Taurus can say it, that alone can make another do it. Taurus knows how to speak to the souls of people. It's not hard to find Tauruses in command, from gang leaders to on stage dictating the masses. Number 2. Fixed Earth. Taurus is fixed Earth. Fixed signs are stubborn and not flexible. They stand their ground. Earth signs are stable, resourceful, practical. So in Taurus you can get someone who's comfy, extremely comfortable in their own ways. Taurus knows what they like through Venus and is set on what they need through the moon. Taurus are also master manifestors because they speak things into existence. So Taurus will feel inclined to tell others what to do so their needs are met. They will put in work for themselves and or a partner, but they will also tell others what to do. On the dark side, a Taurus cannot give a single fuck about what another likes or needs. They can literally stay put telling others what to do to keep themselves satisfied. Taurus's stubborn and set ways can rub many people the wrong way. Number 3. Lazy to move. An archetype of Taurus is the bull. A bull just sitting in grass eating all day, not moving. Taurus can be the same way. They are all about their comforts. Taurus is a sign that can be physically big like bulls too. Have a lot of weight on them. So being set in their ways and comfortable can bring about lack of movement in Taurus. Taurus are people that can be stuck doing the same thing no matter how much others tell them to change this and that. They won't budge until they're ready. So again, this is where they'll use their vocals and command others. Taurus aren't mountain climbers like Capricorn or servants like Virgos. Taurians are chilling, making people serve them by climbing mountains. Taurus is the second youngest sign after Aries. Taurus can appear like a kid laying around all day eating pizza and playing with their favourite toys, shouting to their parent in the other room that they need more pizza, more food. So what will make this kid get up angry and on the move? When the parent doesn't respond to their command. They go get it themselves and shout at the parent for not doing it at the same time. That Aries aggression re-emerges and you ain't seen nothing until you witness an angry Taurus. This analogy can be applied to many things in life with Taurus, and it doesn't help that Taurus has possibly the biggest temper in the Zodiac. So when they move, they will double in size and move with a force. Number 4. Dependent on others. Taurus is a highly dependent sign. It's Venus ruled, which is feminine energy. It's got the moon exalted, which is feminine energy. And Taurus itself is a feminine sign. This makes Taurus very dependent on others for their needs to be met, at least initially. This is like someone being dependent on their parents and them being dependent on their partner. Taurus is relaxed energy. They want to chill and enjoy their materials. For them to be like this, they have to place themselves in a position to command. What makes it easy for Taurus is, again, they can speak to the souls of people and they will typically be physically attractive. Taurus will always have something beautiful about them. It'll be something there. Taurus is not like Libra, the other Venus ruled sign. Libra is more adapting, a bit more selfless at face value. Taurus is more full of themselves, so they will openly say what they need from others. This is that gang member telling the rest, I need you lot to prove yourself to me tonight when we ride out. This is that partner telling their person, I like when you wear this and that. Wear it today. For Taurus to be in a position to command, they obviously need people around to dictate. Number 5. Dream Achiever. As mentioned, Taurus are dream achievers, great manifestors because they know what they like and speak it into existence. I know this sounds basic, but many people in life deep down don't know what they like as a person. They may like things in a trends way, follower, sheep. Taurus, being the fixed earth sign here on earth, has an advantage of knowing themselves in a way. Even as a young kid, a Taurus can just really know what they like, so they will voice it and show it. This can be a kid telling their parent, I like singing, can you get me some singing lessons, can you buy me a mic? Without saying that, the parent may have just got them some random toys to play with or put them in some random class and hope for the best. A Taurus will tell you because they know, and from them telling you, whilst being sure, this alone commands respect. So many Tauruses can get a somewhat head start in the knowing, which can make it easier for them to achieve their dreams in adult life. Number 6. Self-absorbed. With this knowing of self, which is an extension of Aries and their strong ego, Taurus can be self-absorbed as a standard. For you to be a commander, you have to know yourself to be dictating others. Strong about how you feel, strong about what you like, strong about your needs. Not only can Taurus be full from all the Homer Simpson eating, they can be extremely full of themselves too. And if we talk in a sense of progression, this is why Gemini after Taurus becomes curious about others. Taurus is loaded up with everything including their materials. That kid that has the latest everything. The new toy, the new Jordans, and they're so in their own element, they're not even watching you and judging you or hating. They're just literally so full of themselves to even care. So when it comes to telling others what to do, they can do it from this same zero caring place. Number 7. Materialistic. It's a toss-up between Capricorn and Taurus who's really the most materialistic, but when it comes to possessions, it's definitely Taurus. Capricorn is more about control. Taurus is more about ownership. How do you know something belongs to a Taurus? Because they say it's mine. Taurus aren't braggy, but they're not humble. Whose nice car is that outside? It's mine, don't sit on it. Whose woman is that in the sexy black dress? She's mine, don't look at her. Who's that man over there with the cute smile? He's mine, back off. Taurus are possessive and will let you know they are possessive. It's similar to Cancer, but Taurus aren't deep down as caring as Cancerians. They're more materialistic. They place ownership on everything. And if you don't know a Taurus with money, you probably live under a rock. On a real negative side, Taurus can view people and materials the same way, literally as their possession. They will tell you they possess them, and they will also tell you what to do with this knowledge they've given you. Taurus are materialistic dictators. Number 8. Venus ruled. Taurus, as mentioned, is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty. Venus is Aphrodite in mythology, the goddess of sex, love, fertility, beauty, art, etc. She's strong, divine, feminine energy. It's like the epitome of a strong woman who's worshipped for all she does and has zero problems ruling. This is the type of energy Taurians can possess. Strong woman energy. Headstrong, determined, any obstacle in the way gets knocked down or gets knocked down by another through the command of Venus. Aphrodite was also known as a goddess of war, and even commanding her own son to basically ruin the reputation of another beautiful woman named Psyche. So on the ugly side, Taurus can get real nasty with their commands. A strong jealous streak with self-righteousness can be established even when they're too self-absorbed to even look at others. A Taurus, from being comfortable in command, can be a nightmare for many here on earth if they turn dark. Their dream can be someone else's nightmare, and they can full well get it done. Number 9. Greedy. Depending on the Taurus's maturing, they can be very generous people. If they have that awareness of others, which has to be developed, Taurus can be givers. But this ties in with being self-absorbed. Taurus is the greediest sign in the zodiac by default. Even an Aries can be more sharing than a Taurus in some circumstances. Taurus is feminine energy represented by a bull. So what is it really? It's a cow, a greedy cow. Taurus's greed isn't always malicious either, it's just they can lack the feelings towards another soul. They can communicate with souls, but that doesn't mean they feel others' souls. They're just projecting what they want in their soul. From all their commands, a Taurus can be sitting at a table with all their favourite dishes absolutely stuffed in their face. So engulfed in the moment, senses at an all-time high because their taste buds are flying off the chain. So locked in to their own pleasures that they aren't even hearing the homeless person watching from outside, tapping on the window, begging for a small piece of chicken off this table that has 10 full chickens uneaten. Taurus can be head down in the plate, not noticing the cooks who they ordered to prepare this feast are starving because they didn't have time to eat and all the food left is on this table. Taurus can be so locked into themselves that they miss another's cry. This greed will either wake a Taurus's awareness up to others, to where a Taurus can end up cooking for others to share some love, or it turns Taurus into ruthless tyrants, greedy and obsessed with their own desires. Fuck anyone else. Either listen to me or fuck off. I'm not listening to your complaints. Number 10. Green-eyed. Again, Taurus are not typically people who watches others or their things because they focus on their self and just get what they want for themselves. But you see, when a Taurus starts looking at other people and starts wanting what others have got, this is where you meet some real darkness. Their opposite sign, Scorpio, has the thing of watching another's possessions. It's the green-eyed axis. So when it flips around and Taurus is the one doing Scorpio type stuff, it gets dark. Cause Taurus won't be inspired by you. They won't see what you got and want one for themselves. No, they will see what you got and want your one. There can be millions of these in the world, but nope, a Taurus can want your one. A Taurus can spot it, stay put and tell others around them to go get it for them. And trust me, if a Taurus puts it out there, what is yours will end up being their possession. Taurus is the most commanding sign and can easily be a form of what we call the devil when things get dark with them. Number 1. Mutable air. Gemini is the first mutable and air sign. Mutable energy is adaptable, changeable. Air energy is communicative, thinkers. Gemini gives you someone who is intellectual, witty, and can speak to anyone, adapt to anyone. This gives Gemini a chameleon type effect, easily changeable. Communication comes so easy to Gemini, which is why they can be mischievous. A Gemini can play devil's advocate for fun. They can ask you questions that they know will trigger you or get your mind ticking. Gemini can have lots of fun through speaking with another. This alone can bring about their mischievous antics. Number 2. Witty. As mentioned, Geminis are witty, quick with the thoughts and tongue. Gemini is solely ruled by the planet of intellect in Mercury, so there isn't any distractions going on when it comes to Mercury type things. It's straightforward. Ever had an argument then later thought of something that would have been perfect to say during the argument? Gemini thought of it in the argument and said it in the argument. They are that quick. Gemini can fire back at you instantly, have a rebuttal for anything you say, not clouded by feelings or anything like that. So again, they can have fun communicating in all sorts of ways which may not be fun for the other person involved. Number 3. Have you met my twin? Gemini is a dual sign represented by the twins. It can be seen as two people communicating. The Zodiac tells a story. Gemini is where you first meet another like you and start speaking, sharing ideas. It's not about the self in Aries or your possessions in Taurus. It's now curious about others, like you. But the other meaning is Gemini has two sides, a good twin and evil twin. The story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is fitting for Gemini. Gemini can be very two-faced on the darker side. They can switch between either personality. They may be upbeat and friendly today and moody and rude tomorrow. Being mutable does not help because they have so much options at hand when it comes to deceiving others. Not only can they switch personalities, but they can also mimic another's personality. So it's easy for Gemini to have a bad reputation in this department, from playful tricks to major untrustworthiness. Number 4, curious. Gemini is the curious air sign. It's the first air sign. It's one of the younger signs, souls. So Geminis are curious. Geminis don't just think, they ask questions too. You can find a Gemini in conversation with anybody. This is how they can be very well known locally. It's more times innocent, it's just how they gain knowledge. Where it becomes tricky is, you could have spent all day yesterday with this Gemini, asking you bare shit, so you share bare shit, and the Gemini shares bare shit with you too. So now you feel close. You feel you've built a connection with Gemini, a friend. So next day you expect to do the same. But then you see the Gemini is now locked in convo with someone else doing the same thing they did with you. On the Gemini side, it's harmless, it's just how they learn about the world. They've got to know you, now they're getting to know another. But on your end, you can feel used. And when the Gemini comes to say hello, and you're a bit funny, Gemini can think, hey, what's your problem? While you think the Gemini is the one with the problem. This is also how Gemini can have a mischievous reputation and not even know why. Cause others can think Gemini is playing around, even at times when they're not, they're just curious. Number 5, easy charm. Geminis are charmers, not Libra type charm, but just like a casual, flirty, friendly type charm. It's not hard for a typical Gemini to get into relationships with people or have relations with people, because they are easygoing people who likes to have fun, light-hearted times, and they have this sexy elf type look going on. I can't even explain it, but many Geminis look like sexy elves. A Gemini can be so mischievous that they can tease you so much that you like it, annoy you so much that you miss it when they don't. When immature, this can still be done even when in a relationship. A Gemini can have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, and still be sharing a friendly flirt with someone else, especially a friend. Gemini can have friends of both sexes with ease, so you as the Gemini's partner can be around Gemini and their friends, and see how flirty and jokey they are with their friends and catch feelings. Geminis can do this innocently and maliciously. If there's a sign that can play games with your feelings and make you feel a way, it's Gemini. It's easy for them to do this because they have a charm to them. So Geminis can be known for these types of things, especially at younger ages, where all that friendly charm does a lot of harm. Number 6, it was just a joke. Gemini can have a no fucks given attitude, especially if their other twin is talking. But again, they often don't mean others harm. They play around a lot. They like to tease and push people's buttons because it's how they learn. They're watching you while they do it. So whether they say it or not, it was just a joke will be a phrase common with Gemini. Gemini can end up going around believing everyone's too sensitive instead of seeing how their jokes hurts people. And when they get enough backlash, this can either make Gemini turn into an ultra villain, purposely hurting others, or a quiet, withdrawn person. As talky and as friendly as Gemini can be, they've got another personality that is quiet and withdrawn as hell, to where no one knows what is going on in their head. This side alone can make Gemini seem mischievous as hell because they can look like they want to get up to something, or they're thinking of doing something that will not be a joke. Number 7, yes and no. As with all the mutable signs, never think linear. To save yourself a headache, always think in double. Geminis easily change, and when it comes to how they communicate with others, Geminis can run rings around people. A Gemini could tell you yes when they mean no, no when they mean yes. If you can't adapt to their trickiness and read between the lines, or the two twins, trouble enters the equation when dealing with a Gemini. They can say one thing and mean another. They can do one thing and not even mean it in the way it's done. One twin can say no while the other twin says yes. Always double check, triple check with a Gemini if you want consistency and a straightforward experience, as no today could mean yes tomorrow. Number 8, 4 arms, 4 legs. On the darker side, Geminis are not just talkers. They can very well get into heated debates and verbally be satisfied by outsmarting you, but you're not just arguing with this logical, witty person. You're also arguing with this other moody, negative one that is metaphysically standing behind Gemini ready to punch you in your shit. You see 2 arms and 2 legs, but Gemini really has 2 of both. This makes them get around quickly and be great at multitasking. But in negative situations, a Gemini can very well get violent at the same time as being verbal. A Gemini can hold you steady with 2 hands, shouting in your face as their other 2 hands beat the fuck out of you. Geminis have a low-key aggressive streak that can be unnoticed if all you see is their friendly side, as again, they move around quickly. If you get close to one, or they have dark intentions with someone, you will soon see the other hands and feet at play. Number 9, Jekyll and Hyde. As mentioned, Gemini is the Jekyll and Hyde sign. To simplify, it's someone with a good and evil personality. Pisces is the other sign like Gemini, but it's more on a spiritual level. A Gemini can do bad things and be confused why they did it, for example. So it's no surprise many serial fall under Gemini. All the mutable signs are crazy, to be fair, but Gemini is raw with the mutable energy and the air energy. First of its kind. Someone with BPD is one way of understanding it. Typically, it will be a lively side and a quiet side with Gemini, but it can get extreme as Geminis are too associated with the other extremity on the zodiac body, the hands, and the nervous system. You know all about the nervous system being around a Gemini in more ways than one. Number 10, the mime. What probably makes Gemini the most mischievous sign of all is they are mimes. There are many ways to annoy somebody, but what will really get on someone's nerves is someone copying them. Gemini can watch anybody or anything and then copy it. It's like they can copy you and paste you onto their other twin. Gemini finds this easy to do, and the more irritated you get, the more fun they can find it. It's like a kid that keeps repeating what you say. At first, it's cute, but when they do it all the time and repeat some mad things you say to, it's like, okay, stop now. Okay, stop now. I said, okay, stop now. I said, okay, stop now. Why are you repeating me? Why are you repeating me? I'm not repeating you. I'm not repeating you. So if a Gemini wants to achieve anything or wind someone up, all they need to do is copy. The worst thing is, Gemini is one of the most creative signs in the zodiac overall, so they don't have to copy anyone. So if they do, they're doing it for fun or business. They can easily make a mockery out of anything and anyone and make money off it too. Number 1, cardinal water. Cancer is the cardinal water sign. Cardinal signs are the initiators, the starters. Water signs are emotional, intuitive, spiritual. So instantly you get someone that is always going to initiate something through how they feel. This can be harmless or dangerous. If a Cancer feels great, they'll want to act on it. If they feel bad, they'll want to act on it. For the fact nearly everything Cancerians do is based on their feelings, manipulation will be a background motive because they are ruled by how they feel, so they'll try to protect their feelings through manipulation. For example, they could start a good vibe with someone to avoid going through a bad vibe. It gets more complex than that, but that gives you a basic picture. Number 2, my feelings matter. Carrying on from being a cardinal water sign and the first water sign, emotions takes a hold of Cancers. It literally needs to be in check for them to operate. So Cancers will place heavy emphasis and importance on how they feel. This automatically puts Cancerians' feelings before yours. Because if the Cancer isn't feeling good, they won't be in any condition to be dealing with yours or care if you're happy when they are not. Manipulation can be applied so Cancer's feelings gets looked out for, but Cancer will typically express how they feel because they're cardinal. They'll moan, they'll cry, they'll let others know exactly how they feel, especially if it's negative. So many can find themselves in a position where they walk on crab shells around a Cancer because Cancer's feelings matters first. Number 3. Moody Moonchild. Cancers are the babies of the water signs. Out of the 3 water signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, Cancer will be the moodiest because their mood is as changeable as the ocean. Cancers are ruled by the moon. The moon is all about your feelings. The same way the moon changes is the same way Cancer's mood changes, and there is less control here. So the easiest way for Cancers to express this is to be moody, be mad about it, sulk. Cancer is where it's like the first time the soul experiences deep emotions, so it's hard to deal with. Heavy emphasis is placed on deep emotions from the ocean and Cancer struggles with it. That's why they're the crab on the beach. They're not actually in the ocean like the other 2 water signs. They're on the beach buried in the sand more time. The manipulation comes in because Cancer can use their mood to control their surroundings. Again, it's a crab on a beach. It's like someone standing by the ocean who can manipulate the current to suit them. Number 4. Clingy claws. Cancer is the clingiest sign in the zodiac. Due to their ever-changing emotions, people around Cancers are like they're rocks in the sea. When the waves are crashing, Cancer will cling to their close loved ones. In fear of being left to be dealing with their emotions alone, Cancers can manipulate their rocks to make sure they are always there for them. This is where Cancers can be highly possessive. Even worse than Taurus. This can be a partner who never gives you space, a friend who's jealous of your other friends, a mother who hates the partner of their kids, someone selfishly clinging to others to keep them around for their own benefit. This is a need for Cancers, so manipulation will always come along with their pincers. Number 5. The mothered mother. Being ruled by the moon that is nurturing energy, Cancers are seen as the mothers of the zodiac. On the plus side, Cancers are one of, if not the most caring set of people you can ever meet. They will take you into their shell and protect you. The other part depends on Cancer's maturity level. If it's the Cancers who has yet to gain control of their feelings, you will soon realize you have been taken into their shell to actually mother them. You're in the shell expecting to be breastfed, but instead the Cancer is looking at your breast. So in a higher vibration, Cancers are the caring mothers, while Virgo is the serving mother. But in the lower vibration, Cancer is a child, a moody one that needs looking after. The trick is, you won't know which one you're dealing with until they let you into their shell. In other words, you'll be close by then, so it won't be easy for you to leave like that. Number 6. Forced reflection. Cancers are nice people. A typical Cancer will tell you they are a nice person. Why? Because they do nice things. They care for people, they like to be nice. Everything's just nice and lovely. What's missing from the story is what happens when those same people Cancer is nice to isn't nice to them. Because that's where you see who is really nice and who's not. This is a manipulation tactic many Cancers use. They want to protect their feelings and experience nice experiences, which is fine. The problem is Cancers can be nice to you just for you to be nice back to them. Forcing the positive reflection. It's good to be nice, but when it's got a hidden contract added to it, it's not genuinely nice, is it? Cancers can indirectly show you nothing's free in life, especially if they give and don't receive. Number 7. The bully. Cancerians have a vicious bully streak. With everything I've said so far, it's not hard to see how. But basically, when Cancer is tired of feeling emotional, tired of being nice and not getting it returned back, tired of all the fake smiling, not only do they harden up their defense, but they sharpen their claws and get into bully mode. Bullies are not heartless people. Many bullies in this world are actually secretly emotional as hell. So one way to make themselves feel good is making another feel bad like them. This brings you the crabs in a bucket. You got anything good going for yourself, if you're happy, if you're stable, a Cancer can come around and bring you down if they're on the negative side. Even if you're just in a happy mood. If a Cancer is in a shitty mood, they can just purposely sit down next to you in a mood with the intention to bring your mood down too. And it will work because again, they are on the beach manipulating the ocean of emotions. So they know what to do to get their feelings noticed. You haven't seen a bully or manipulation or pettiness until you meet a low vibrational Cancerian. They can get very evil. Number 8. Wild imagination. Cancers are extremely intuitive and creative beings. It's not hard for Cancers to be creative. Cancers are expressors, they start the mood. One mood they can easily dive into to give themselves an escape is a creative one. Many stars in this world will be Cancerians due to this. Their imagination is vivid. The downside is, well, it's also easy for Cancers to manipulate others with this same imagination. Many times things can just happen where it works in their favour anyway. But when they choose to manipulate another, oh, the ideas will be endless. Cancers can get low. Go so low, and if Capricorn, the 10th house, represents the peak of the chart, Cancer, the 4th house, is the bottom. Cancers can go so low. It's not easy to reach a Cancer's level of petty because they can get extra creative with it with the sole intention to attack your feelings. If you don't have a shell or know how to dodge, a Cancer can mentally break you down. The moon is one of the planets that governs the subconscious mind. This is why Cancers can be geniuses, accessing things from way deep in the psyche. So to manipulate another is light work for Cancerians, which is a very dangerous trait to have, if they use it that way. Number 9. The shell of hell. Although Cancers can be a bully to anyone and express their mood to anyone, they typically don't. It's typically to those who are close with Cancers. They're private like all the water signs. You won't know a Cancer from casual conversations or because you work with one. You have to be in that shell with them. So from that alone, a Cancer can fool you. Because again, they can have this niceness to them. This is those people where they can be super nice at work the majority of the time, but the people they live with tell you they are a monster to live with. Cancers are good at manipulating another's perception. It's not a mask per se, but just like you won't expect it unless they are open with their feelings in general. It's the ones closest to Cancers that will often see and feel their wrath. Not strangers, they keep many things close to home. It's not hard for a Cancerian to catch a domestic charge. Number 10. Not so innocent. Out of every sign, Cancers will be one of the most to either deny their own flaws or be childishly admitting them. Again, it's like immature emotions. You can sit a Cancer down and be like, hey listen, I want to understand you and help you, but you need to stop sulking every time you don't get your way. And you know how the Cancer could respond? They don't. Because now it's silent treatment time. They're pouting, you're gonna suffer for not giving me my way. These are the standard manipulation tactics a Cancerian could use, to where you feel guilty for upsetting them even if they were in the wrong. If you meet a Cancerian that owns up to their mistakes and apologizes when they're wrong or overreacted to some shit, then you've got a good one, a real good one. They are out there, that's when they're in their soft feminine nature, male or female. The rest will deny they have any bad bone in their body or they're super proud of being horrible. That's where you meet the Cancers who are like Scorpios, who are proud of stinging and pinching people. Number 1. Sun Child. Leo, the 5th sign in the Zodiac, ruled by the Sun. The Sun, the most powerful force in our solar system. It's like a representation of God. The Sun is the soul, solar system. So Leos being ruled by the Sun fills them with pride and a massive ego. Leos have heart, they have soul. Leos secretly have one of the sharpest instincts and reflexes in the whole Zodiac, but the ego is in the way. Nonetheless, Leo is the soul in its full expression. So Leos are here to shine basically. Very talented individuals in any field that takes their interest. They will easily shine and receive recognition there. This alone brings lots of admirers and haters Leo's way. Number 2, fixed fire. Leo is the second fixed sign after Taurus and second fire sign after Aries. Fixed signs are stubborn, headstrong, stable to an extent, and fire signs are expressive, energetic, spiritual. So Leos are like a walking ball of fire. Their energy is always there shining, so they will always get attention. It's hard to miss. This will make Leos take pride in this as it's a boost to their self-esteem. On the negative side, this can make Leos feel untouchable because again, they're a ball of fire. Fixed in their energy, so no one can boss up on them or take their shine without a fight. Leo will take pride in standing their ground. Number 3, demanding. Leo being the second fixed sign after Taurus means Leos are typically sure of themselves. But whereas Tauruses are commanders, Leos have a big ego, so feel they deserve whatever they're desiring. So Leo will demand it. Leo will make the request and expect it seen to. Leos are the bosses of the Zodiac. They will tell people what they expect. Why Leos are demanding and not commanding is because if you don't fulfill it, someone else will. Leos give you the choice, the chance. They are already self-fulfilled from the sun shining its light through them. So they don't need others to do anything, but they will give you the chance to boost their ego. Which again will be met with many yeses and many nos. For the fact the yeses exist, Leos won't care about the nos. Number 4, vain with a mane. In the Zodiac, Leos are like royalty. Again, they're ruled by the bloody sun, so they will pride themselves on this. They will walk around loaded with vitamin D and be taken in all the light. To look the part, Leos will always make sure their hair is on point. Leos are represented by the lion, the apex predators with the beautiful manes. Leo's hair, like the lion's mane, is their crowns. So Leos will wear it with pride, showing everyone they are the king or queen. Look at it and marvel at it. Walking around with the Vanessa Carlton 1,000 Mile theme song in their head. Even if bald or with short hair, Leos will rock their mane with pride. So your typical Leo will be secretly or openly vain, spending lots of time looking in the mirror at their self or at their selfie camera, taking many pictures, and they may have others taking pictures or just marveling at them and their mane. Number 5, dominant. Leo is one of, if not the most powerful sign physically. Again, back to the walking ball of fire analogy, they can be untouchable. Big ego, big personality, and strength. Willpower turn up to the max with cat-like reflexes. This makes Leos a big problem for challengers. Pride rules Leo, so Leos will want to rule their pride. Leos will have admirers as Leo will prove themselves time and time again. They will dominate others in many areas of life because their light is too strong. So if you go up against a Leo, you are going up against their pride. Something they protect with their life. There's no such thing as a friendly battle with Leo, it's life and death. This is why on the darker side, a Leo can be a cold-blooded, burn you to death for testing their pride and messing up their mane. Going up against a Leo, especially in public, is almost always going to go against you unless you've prepared and are fireproof. Leos stay battle ready, ready to dominate at all times as their pride banks on it. Number 6, fragile ego. With having a massive ego which will be on show for the world to see, this is what makes Leos protect it fiercely. Leo has an ego so strong that it's fragile, it's easily damaged. So this makes Leos put up many defenses to appear even bigger, tougher than they are, to where even cats can roar like lions. Even if it's a Leo in a weakened state, the last thing they're gonna do is allow another to see them defeated. Leo's pride and will is so strong that it can give them the bravest face. The light of the sun can be blinding to others. Leos can be at death's door and they are still showing a brave face. Even if they're faking it, they can still will it to become true. This is why Leos come from the house of creativity. These are your actors. They can put on a good show whether fake or not. which protects their ego and keeps their pride intact. If their ego actually does get hit, that one blow can be all it takes to destroy the Leo and its pride. And Leos knows this. Number 7. Warm-hearted. Leos are technically the warmest sign of the zodiac, fire sign ruled by the sun and only the sun. Leo is red hot, summertime high sun, opposite the coldest winter sign in Aquarius, so your typical Leo will love receiving warmth, but they also love to give it out. Where it can get tricky with Leo is they can be the type to give out warmth just to get it back. Anything a Leo does has their ego in it. They can take pride on gifting you something, give you something because it makes them feel good. But if you deep it, that's selfish because they're giving you something for themselves, not for you. You just get some rays of the light, but the real light is still in Leo. So although typically warm-hearted, Leos can be very manipulative with their warmth, and it can be seen in how they react when it's not appreciated, similar to Cancers and their niceness. They can also be very aware of the effect their light and attention has on you when they take it away from you. They can play lots of mind games on the negative side. Number 8. Fair my raw. Again, Leos are demanding. Leo will typically have a raspiness to their voice too. It's not soft, it's raspy. Can be sexy or terrifying. Leo's raw alone can stop another in their tracks when going up against them. Even if they're secretly scared, the way a Leo can project that raw from the pit of their soul. A Leo's voice alone, when they are angry, can go right through you. So with a big ego, Leos will typically have a loud voice. How else is the pride going to hear them? But the most dangerous Leos of all are the ones who are not choosing to roar. They're calm, speaking quietly, and when their roar don't speak, their eyes will. A Leo will lock onto you like a lion spotting a deer, lying low in the field, and they can take you down without saying a word. Oh, they'll be loud afterwards bragging about it with pride, but before that strike, they can either scare you shitless with their voice, or say nothing and creep up on you. Number 9. Leader of a pride. Being ruled by the sun, most people loves the sun. Nice hot sunny day, you want to go enjoy the day, sit in the park or go to a pool party, whatever. The sun calls for your attention. From people to animals, the warmth from the sun gives us life. So Leos radiating the sun will often have a pride. Leos are leaders, bosses. They will almost always have people looking up to them from how they rule their pride. Leos are proud people, proud of themselves, proud of their pride. They will give you warmth to make sure you're good in their pride. This all places Leos in powerful positions socially. The danger here is this power can send Leo's ego into overdrive, head bigger than their body. Leo can be big bullies, not even to strangers but to people in their own pride too. If this is a gang, for example, and one of them gets humiliated, bringing some shame upon the pride, the Leo is gonna go in on them so bad cause they're ruining the image, the light the gang is seen in. Leos on the negative side can show zero pity for the weak and can ruthlessly take out one of their own to prove a point to the rest. Leos can be found as cult leaders, religious leaders. Leos can be found at the top in many areas, but they will openly or secretly not allow anyone to ruin the pride's image or reputation. This is where you will see why they are symbolized by lions. It's not just for their mane, it's what they also do when they take over and lead. Number 10. The charmed charmer. Leos are one of the charmers in the zodiac. It's in the warmth they can share. It's super easy to get charmed by a Leo. Super easy. The dangerous part here is that Leos can equally be charmed the same way. Leos are very easy to charm because their ego is fully out there. To stroke a Leo's ego is as easy as petting a cat. Pay them a compliment, kiss their ass, and Leos will warm up to you. You'll hear them purring if they like you. So if this is someone who knows what they are doing, they can absolutely crush a Leo's soul. Be so nice it warms them up, get close and steal their light. And Leo is one sign that will receive lots of attention, and that's not always a good thing. Leos love to love, they are big time lovers, so it's easy for love and their ego to be their downfall. Leo can fight off enemies all day, but their enemies can also be those close in their pride, and their own pride can be their own worst enemy. Stubborn, hard-headed, even towards their own self. Leo's pridefulness can make them witness their pride being the reason they fall. Prideful. Prideful. Or if they fall for someone who brings them right down to the ground. There's a reason the ego must die at the end of the zodiac and why pride is considered a sin. Leos and their charm can walk in the light of the soul so much that they think they're God, not realizing the things they pride themselves on is God testing their soul and pulling them further away. Leos either end up humbled people shining positive lights or lions who gets killed by their pride. Number 1. Mercury times 2. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the planet of intellect and communication. Not only is Virgo ruled by Mercury, but Mercury exalts in Virgo too. That's like someone being at home and loving to be at home, having fun at home. Virgo is the only sign that has this double effect. So typically Virgos will be intelligent, understanding and great at communicating with another. This makes Virgos observant people. They will watch you, read you and be able to adapt to your way of speaking and thinking. Number 2. Mutable Earth. What makes Virgo not just intelligent but adaptable is the fact they are a mutable sign. Mutable signs are all about mutating, adapting, changing, shape-shifting energy. Virgo is also an earth sign, the second of that cycle. So Virgos are practical, logical, they are doers, hands-on. This translates to Virgo being able to observe, understand and practically help anyone in almost every way here on earth. Observing and waiting to transform. Number 3. The Virgin. Virgo is represented by the Virgin Maiden, symbolizing purity, service, mother in some instances. Virgo is the most human sign. Pisces on the opposite end represents the soul inside the body. Virgo is most human. It's the 6th sign in the zodiac, which is somewhat the last sign, which is about the self in a physical human-like way. Virgo season is also the most popular time for babies to be born. So Virgos can have this like snobby imperfect thing going on. Like, I'm too classy to do this and that. Even in the way a Virgo can look at you, their eyes has judgment written all over it. It's like I'm watching you and judging you. I'd never do such a thing that you're doing. When secretly, they be doing all the things they can scrutinize another for. Virgos can be big time liars. But again, Virgo is a very smart sign, so Virgo will basically act like they're prim and proper even if that's not the truth, whilst watching others make stupid decisions and judging them for it. On the light and dark side, a Virgo can do this. Number 4. Observant Servant. Virgos are the servants of the zodiac, being fully human, knowing how to adapt to anyone and being a practical earth sign. Virgo will often find themselves in positions of service. The 9-to-5 working life is Virgo's domain, as they can typically find structure in being in a structured position, working for someone and being of service to others. Virgo is a business owner's dream, if the Virgo isn't one themselves. But that person in your job who takes the job way too seriously, following the work handbook verbatim, and reporting everything back to the manager, that employee who's like the manager when the manager isn't around. Probably a Virgo. So for Virgo to be a servant, they must be observant. This can rub many up the wrong way, especially if they're up to no good, because Virgo will see it and call it out. But in terms of getting the actual help you need, Virgo is the one to call on. By being so observant and a servant, a Virgo will mend you back to working order in no time. Number 5. Critical. Virgos are one of, if not the most critical sign in the zodiac. Virgo is the perfect person to go to for an honest opinion. Virgo will tell you straight up regardless of how you feel. This is good for the knowledge, as it may be something you need to hear, but on the other side, a Virgo's critical nature can cripple you. Virgos have so much mercurial energy, so they won't run out of things to say. So say it's your partner or sibling, and you're around them all the time, and Virgos also lean on the pessimistic side than optimistic. So just imagine someone telling you little negative things every day, little jabs to your self-esteem. A Virgo can turn you mental. They can watch you, read you, break you down bit by bit. They can do this and not even mean it. But if they mean to do it, you're gonna get riddled with insecurities. Number 6, the nutcase. With all this goody two-shoes stuff going on with the Virgin Virgo, this can also be a front. Virgo basically being overstimulated by Mercury and being a mutable sign can very well bring out a nutcase in a Virgo. A Virgo can get tired of being a servant, being a slave, being critical, tired of it all and turn crazy. You see, if you ever come across a Virgo with a bad reputation, like say they're in a gang or went prison for some shit, stay clear. Cause you can go around that Virgo and they can be calm as hell, look well put together, but you can be mingling with an absolute nutcase. If you haven't met a dark-sided Virgo before, count your lucky stars. This is Pisces' sister sign, and if you know about the dark side of Pisces, Virgo can be the outright practical version of that. Like none of that extra spiritual psychological nightmare stuff, just straight savage. This is where you need to be observant because they are of you regardless. Number 7, OCD, perfectionist. If one sign was to have OCD, it'll be Virgo. The thing with all this mercurial energy is basically riddles Virgos with anxiety and a need for things to be perfect. This is why Virgos loves time and structure. It stabilizes them, keeps everything in order. So Virgos can be very nitpicky, very detailed, very specific, but it's all to control the chaos inside. So Virgos see everything, they look out for everything that can trigger them or lets them know that you may be out of control. So they can help you. Oh, they'll cuss you out at the same time, but they will help you organize. Some people can function without structure and mess is comforting for others. This won't make sense to your typical Virgo. A Virgo can come in your room and tidy everything up, making it spot clean, thinking you'd like it. Then get surprised that you didn't want it cleaned or your things rearranged, etc. And this is where Virgos has to learn empathy, because they can fix everything practically without deep in your feelings. Number 8, practiced one move 1,000 times. Gemini, the other mercurial sign, is known as a jack of all trades. They can master one, but they often juggle multiple things at once. Virgo is the one who masters one of those trades. They stick to the one they like as it's reliable, it gives them structure, make sure they can do a good job and provide a good service. Repetition is not annoying for Virgo the way it is for others. Repetition is stability for Virgo. So Virgo will know life is all about focusing on that one move, that niche, and just keep doing it in a realistic way. This one move, whatever it may be, is what will make Virgos wealthy. Whether it's in sport, whether it's the job they do, whether it's the service they provide, this one move provides Virgo everything. Find your hustle, then master it. That is Virgo energy. And as simple as that sounds, that's how Virgos builds. And if they ever have to tweak this move, again, they are mutable. So it's easily done because it's still essentially their one move, just altered. Number 9, loophole seer. Virgo is a very analytical sign. They don't focus on the bigger picture, they focus on the details. Having a perfectionist mindset makes it very easy to see errors, mistakes. Again, Virgo, like every other sign, has a dark side, and Virgo being on Earth can be very materialistic. So when it comes to making money through spotting errors, Virgo can do very well in this department. Mutable signs are well adept to be thieves if they want to be, because each of them has a way of adapting to people, reading people. But Virgo with that double mercurial energy can be masterminds. They can spot loopholes in big organizations and make bank. The way a Virgo's mind can tinker, the way they can think and create detailed plans, if this is done for ill gain, they can pull it off. You wake up one day and your whole workplace's business bank accounts has been wiped, retirement funds stolen, petty cash eaten, investment grant gone. Virgo will be a top suspect all cause of how observant they are. Number 10. Critical of self. One top reason why Virgos are so observant and critical is because they are like this with themselves too. Mutable signs all have a dual nature, so while you may see a Virgo as critical, you may have no idea they are the exact same way with themselves, because they can be private and closed off people too. Pisces, Virgo's opposite sister, is the mirror of the whole zodiac, reflecting everyone back onto themselves. Virgo being opposite makes Virgos one of the biggest projectors of all. There is nothing you can critique a Virgo about that they don't already know about themselves. But for some stability, some management of their inner crazy, Virgos will look for the imperfections in others too. And this on a subconscious level can make Virgos happy in a way to see they're not the only one with flaws, but it can translate into them highlighting your flaws. But you won't get the reason why they're so forward with doing it is because they're happy you're like them. You've got imperfections too, you're human too. But instead of being empathetic like Pisces and relating, sharing the imperfections or problems, it's done in a harsh critiquing way, which can just make Virgos seem like haters. Virgos can be ultra honest about you, but don't expect them to be ultra honest about themselves too. With growth and maturity, anyone can change or improve, but for a Virgo to be more empathetic with others, they have to be that way with themselves too. That side of them when they're not working, not serving, not being busy, not acting like the virgin. Who is that person? Is the Virgo comfy with that person they see in the mirror? The answer can be the difference between the reason for the light or dark Virgo you know. Number 1. Venus ruled. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, peace, harmony and desires. Venus is Aphrodite in mythology, the well-known goddess of love, beauty and so on. So your typical Libra will be about their likes and desires, low-key. When it's high-key, you will see it in how they dress, the things they do, the people they socialize with. It will revolve around people with high social status. Expensive clothes, fancy trips. Very materialistic. What's frightening about this is Libra is a masculine sign. Strong feminine energy in a masculine sign. So Libra will show Venusian traits, they'll act on them. And if you reverse the positive traits of Venus, you'll get the picture of how bad this can go. Not all that glitters is gold. Number 2. Cardinal air. Alongside being a masculine sign, Libra is the third cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are the initiators, they start things. And Libra is the second air sign. Air signs are intellectual, thinkers, communicators. This translates to someone who is extremely forward and confident in communication with anybody. A Libra will confidently approach anyone and start a conversation if that's what they desire to do. That sounds simple, but that can be terrifying to some. Cardinal signs have a selfish element to them too, meaning they won't let another get in the way of their likes or what they want to do. So Libras have this don't give a fuckness to them when it comes to communicating. They won't care who you are. Number 3. Satan's power. With powerful Venus ruling Libra, that's not even the full story. Libras have the greater malefic Saturn in exaltation in the sign. Saturn is the planet of restriction, structure, karma, diligence and so on. Saturn is a feared powerhouse that has its benefits in the lessons learned. Saturn can also be associated with Satan, the god of the material world who solely rules Capricorn, the oldest and most materialistic sign. Saturn loving to be in Libra adds a very serious element to the sign. A Libra who rules will exhibit this. They will be ruthless leaders. Saturn, aka Kronos, is also the mythological god who ate his own kids to avoid karma. Libra's got demon energy in them which will frighten anyone if activated, as Venus and Saturn both have ties with what we know as the devil. Number 4. Mirror Seeker. Libra is opposite the sign of the self in Aries. Aries is the I am sign. They will typically be confident and show what they can do. Libra is a sign more focused on others. Libra can be independent, but this normally comes at a later self-realized stage. Before that, Libra is the most codependent sign in the whole zodiac. Libra is on a quest to find itself, so in the meantime will use others as mirrors. Venus is about your values and self-worth too. But Libra will value themselves and put their self-worth into who they are around. The frightening thing about it is, this is what can make Libra be fake. Surround themselves with people with a reputation for their own hidden motive, and secretly, don't like these people. Even go as far as altering the actual image they see in the mirror to look like someone else via surgery, etc. So until they find themselves, you can expect to see Libras as followers of people with a high social status. You can run into a Libra who has completely jacked another person's style. Not like Gemini mimicking, but Libra is actually acting and looking like that person purposely. But the scariest thing of all is when Libra does find themselves and are operating on their darker side, cause they can make anyone follow them. Number 5. Charmer of all. Libra is the most charming sign in the zodiac. Not only will Libras be attractive, physically, and in their energy, but they also know the right things to say to anybody. All a Libra has to say is something simple like, I like your jacket. And that can hit another person like crack. Libra can end up with so many unwanted followers, so many unwanted love interests. The frightening thing about it, well, Libra can charm anybody. If a Libra wants you, they will set pace, charm you, capture you. The charm is all in their style and communication, so this works great for relationships, business deals, negotiations, and so on. Libra can be very dangerous with how they can bewitch people in many different ways. Number 6. Fence sitter. Libra has a reputation of being a fence sitter. This goes back to being a mirror seeker. If you're around a typical Libra, you're one of their mirrors, i.e. how they see themselves. So Libras don't want to damage anyone by taking sides or being negative, so this brings in the charm again. There's one thing being a fence sitter, but there's another when you are clearly on the fence, but both sides are seeing you as a peacemaker and not someone who's only loyal to their own motives. Deep that. Why is a peacemaker a peacemaker? Is it because they want the two sides to stop arguing, or is it because they want peace for themselves? And I'm a Pisces, we know how to play this game. It's Venusian energy, but it's secretly manipulative depending on your true motive. So that's the scary thing about Libras. They can be two-faced like the air sign before them in Gemini, but due to their charm, can only be seen as friendly and peaceful when it can all be through a selfish, self-serving act of keeping their mirrors intact. Number 7. Open enemy. Libra is from the 7th house of open enemies. Now, if we put together everything I've said so far, you can very well see why the Libra can be a big problem. Because once they find themselves, even before they find themselves, they are initiators. Contrary to popular belief, Libra is fully prepared for an argument, a conflict, and they can have many followers behind them, so it does not take much to have a Libra as a known enemy. From street gang bosses to a lawyer, these Libras will be on the field in your face letting you know they are your enemy and you are in danger. If you've ever seen the negative side of Libra, the ruthless side, you will know why they can have many people scared to leave their homes. Libra is one of the worst enemies anyone can have. From your reputation to your body, a Libra can ruin it all in many ways. Number 8. Superficial ideals. As mentioned, Libra is one of the most materialistic signs, can be very superficial and shallow on one end. Especially in this day and age, everyone will know at least one Libra who is all about fashion and money, surgery, the high life, and that's fine, whatever floats your boat. Virgo, the sign before Libra, is the perfectionist, but Libra is who will actually try even harder to give this impression of being perfect, which can be done through so many superficial ways. But where it gets scary is, these ideals of Libra can have them move further and further away from the soul. Libra already has the fault issues being opposite the self in Aries, so when they bundle in all these Venusian distractions, focusing solely on their outer appearance and life, Libra can be one of the most hollow signs you can meet. Not deep whatsoever, not even like their deep side is hidden. No, there is nothing behind what they are showing outwards. No depth in these conversations, no deep soul connection past the romantic dates. Just shallow. It will not be hard to come across a Libra like this, especially if you go to fancy places often. All they can have to offer is this beautiful outer projection, wanting to live or living the high life. Number 9. Highly codependent. Libra is the most codependent sign. Again, this can change. Libra can stand alone, self-righteous, strong with a backbone when grown. But especially when growing, a Libra is who you can always see in a relationship, as in they cannot function alone. Go through one breakup, now they're with another person. To anyone viewing this, it can be scary. To the partner seeing how reliant a Libra is on them, it can be scary. But the most scary part of all is the deep feelings can be missing. Venusian love can be very superficial and conditional, very dependent on certain factors. So a Libra can charm you, show you all the love in the world, be clinged to your hip, and then dip as soon as the conditions changes. Again, you're one of their mirrors, and if you're their actual partner, the partner they are always seeking, you will be their main mirror. If you get broken, i.e. your social status goes down, you stop earning enough money, your looks start fading, you go out of shape, all these little things that happens to everybody. A Libra can start showing their true colours and they will be on the lookout for a new mirror. A mirror that has more money, faster car, bigger titties, fatter ass, nicer hair. You know, all this shit that has nothing to do with anyone's soul. Libra can up and leave for matters like this when undeveloped, or they can be left by others for being so shallow. Number 10. Self-righteous. So put everything into a package now. All this seeking and shallow shit Libra can go through, until they get to that stage where they're that standalone Libra. This can come with lots of regrets and bitterness, and I mean lots. So now they're powerful, knowledgeable, know all about karma and perseverance through Saturn, know all about the power and weakness with their desires, lusts, values in Venus. One of the scariest people you can meet is a self-righteous Libra, because they will feel like they've gone through so much shit and now has the strength to balance their own scales. They will feel whatever they do is owed to them. This isn't someone who thinks they're better than you. A Libra will want to prove why, show you the power they have that you don't. This is an attorney in the courthouse absolutely ripping the opposing argument to shreds. This is that kid who was always getting robbed and now has their own gun, robbing everybody. This is that person who was always getting cheated on and now has money and fame, unlocking this possibility of getting people back big time. Self-righteous and bittered. A Libra can be like this and come into power or reach a high social status whilst openly showing it. These Libras will unapologetically tell you to fuck yourself, and they can take it much further than that if you're an actual enemy and feel you deserve every bit of it for testing them. Libra will show you exactly why they are the only zodiac sign represented by a non-breathing thing. Number 1. Mars and Pluto ruled. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Mars gives Scorpio that deep internal aggressive drive, and Pluto gives Scorpio that penetrative destructive nature, destroying things to start afresh. So from this alone you can see why Scorpios have a reputation for being vengeful. If revenge is the dish they are serving, they can remain hidden with their plot as Mars is working internally, as opposed to obviously externally with Aries, and Pluto's energy is ready to penetrate. This gives you the infamous sting from Scorpio you don't see coming. Number 2. Fixed water. Scorpio is the fixed water sign. Fixed signs are stubborn, stable to an extent, and reliable in their element. Water signs are intuitive, emotional, spiritual. So with Scorpio, you can have someone who's fixed in their emotions, stuck in a feeling. Scorpio deals with dark feelings in general, so if someone has wronged them, it's hard for Scorpio to get out of the feeling and the motive of wanting to get them back, because that's the motion they'll get stuck in. It's only when evolved Scorpio can use wisdom and rise above it, which shares similarities with the sign after them in Sagittarius. But before that, Scorpio can easily find themselves stuck in an emotion where the only way for them to free themselves is to seek revenge, finding comfort in taking control of their pain. Number 3, deep emotions, bad emotions. In public, Scorpio can appear as a very upbeat and good vibes person. Scorpio can be fun, the complete opposite to the dark reputation they have. Scorpio is one of the most common zodiac signs, hence the reputation they have. But Scorpio likes to dive into the moment and enjoy it with others. Now, when they have their alone time, Scorpio can find themselves stuck in a bad feeling from the past or just something that upsets them in general. It's not easy to phase out of feelings for Scorpio as say Capricorn, Aquarius or Pisces, so isolation or not talking to someone isn't always good for Scorpio as they literally go digging up old shit they and everyone else thought was buried. They aren't at peace when they isolate, they're in turmoil. It's easy for Scorpio to go negative with their thoughts, and if they felt someone got away with something they previously did, they can very well reignite it out of the blue with the intention to sting them. Number 4, until light is found. Real revenge is getting people back by not entertaining them and leveling up in life. This is what Scorpios eventually learn. They become spiritually enlightened, and revenge is the last thing they do due to knowing how things spiritually work. However, until that light is found, Scorpios are in the dark. They know all about darkness. Being vengeful is a dark and negative trait to have, and Scorpios naturally have it, alongside green eyes too, just like Taurus, their opposite sign. If a situation arises where Scorpio has to share this darkness, they will take delight in it. A Scorpio could love revenge, as all they're doing is exercising their demons. If your light is shining in a place where Scorpios don't want light, they can have zero issues, zero fears in attempting and successfully switching your light off. Number 5, the 3 stages of Scorpio. As mentioned, Scorpio is on a spiritual path. It's the second water sign dealing with the soul and transformations. Scorpio has 3 key stages: the scorpion/snake, the eagle and the phoenix. 2 out of 3 of those stages still involves attacking. Just for some scope. A Scorpio could have learnt some lessons during the snake. They could have been snaked and snaked people too. Gone through all of that. Advanced to the eagle stage, but from here they can still easily revert. The eagle is just where they can see the playing field from above. They can still fly down and scoop something up. It's only when fully evolved as the phoenix where it's like deeply spiritual with emotional intelligence. The majority of Scorpios walking around will not be anywhere near that phoenix level, not even close. They will be much closer to a state where revenge is their go-to action and no one can tell them any different, with their fixed mindset. Number 6, I was being nice. All 3 water signs have this thing of being nice. You know, they're emotional, so often will be somewhat manipulative so their feelings don't get fucked with. It's a protection in a way. But Scorpios have it. Scorpios, as mentioned, can be bubbly people, having fun, being kind. But Scorpios can still do this to people they know don't fuck with them. They've got a solid intuition, a sharp intuition. They'll deep down know people who don't check for them, but Scorpios can still try test the waters. And one way they'll do it is by being nice. If that other person does not return the same energy, this can enrage a Scorpio, as it takes them out of control. They will take it very deeply that they were being nice to you and you didn't appreciate it. So now they're gonna wanna teach you something, go cold on you, purposely ignore you, something, anything. They're gonna show you they don't fuck with you too, to regain control. So keep this in mind, because Scorpio can be great antagonizers. They can know the results they're gonna get and still go and do it to get the result, just so they can now do something back to you without guilt. Number 7, transformative. Scorpio is all about transformations. That's that Pluto influence. It's somewhat like starting off stuck in the rough and ending up becoming this shining diamond through so many transformations. But this extends to others. Scorpio can transform others' lives. They can help others in many ways, transforming their perspective, their values, their money, all that good stuff. But they can also transform others by fucking them up so bad. Scorpio is a heavy bag of psychological madness. They can fuck with your mind, fuck with your soul, and then physically fuck you up on top of it, with their hands or some magic, as they like to dabble. That sting they can give is not one many recover from, because it's venomous. Number 8, obsessive, possessive. Scorpios are typically obsessive and possessive people. People they care about are often like lights in the dark to them. So Scorpio will be obsessed and want to possess and or protect. It's deep connections. Like for example, if you're good friends with a Scorpio, that Scorpio is obsessed with you in some way. This is why they can be one of the most loyal and diehards. So if another damages or hurts one of Scorpio's lights, a Scorpio is gonna put more focus into dealing with you than tending to their friends. You're gonna appear as a negative light at the bottom of their ocean, and that's all they're gonna see until your light is gone from their space. And then they'll focus on fixing their person's light. It's a water sign trait, but Scorpios can go so deep that they will want to possess your soul for playing with who they're obsessed with. This is also what makes Scorpios the best detectives. A mystery is not a mystery to them because they're obsessive. They will sniff you out if you're the target, sniff out all the details, zero in on you, then bring you to the light so they can sting you to death. Number 9, can't forgive, can't forget. Scorpio is deep in the ocean of emotions. They are at the bottom and sometimes they get stuck. They actually struggle the most emotionally out of the 3 water signs. A single flame inside an ice cube is a visualization of Scorpio. Scorpios aren't scared people, but they are very cautious. Very cautious, which can appear like they're scared depending on how you see it. They ultimately just don't want to get hurt. So Scorpios don't trust just anybody, and sometimes this comes from once being trusting and getting stung themselves. Scorpios often carry around a scar from their childhood or younger days. Something that happened that specifically makes them suspicious people once grown. So if it gets to the stage of a Scorpio trusting you and you betray their trust, that shit can cut so deep it kills them. If they don't find that strength, that inner Martian strength, to pull through it, it will kill them. Physically, spiritually, and mentally. After going through a transformation and recovering, Scorpio will find it harder than most to forgive and forget. They are more likely to seek revenge than forgive and forget, because that is easier to do. No one ever forgets anyway, but to forgive, Scorpios finds it hard to see past that pain you caused them, even if you didn't mean it. So as a standard, expect revenge in some sort of way than forgiveness coming from a Scorpio, especially if they've gone quiet. They either grow and rise above it, or they take you down with them. Number 10, death's friend. Scorpio and the 8th house is associated with death. Deaths for transformations and dealing with actual death, like someone working in a morgue. Scorpios will have many spiritual experiences in their lifetimes and can be accustomed to death very early, like been to many funerals before they're even an adult type of thing. You know, like used to things to do with death from early, which makes them interested in the afterlife, the occult, sci-fi shit, horror movies and so on. Scorpios can be into all that dark shit from early, gothic like, without even having to be an actual goth. So this gives them the aura, the vibe, and they will often have soul-piercing eyes, as if they can see your soul. But what I'm getting at is, this is not a gimmick, like just a look or a little hobby or a phase. If a Scorpio grows up in mad conditions where that is the norm, like people getting killed, etc., Scorpio will be one of the worst to go up against because they are built for it in a way many won't be. Especially if it's a Scorpio who has not found a creative outlet or interest to channel that darkness into, that negative energy. If not, they will be known as a friend of death wherever they are operating. Not all Scorpios are vengeful, but the reputation Scorpios have with revenge is real. And whether you see it coming or not, if they line that shot up your way, it's gonna hit you regardless of how you prepare. Scorpios operate in a dark place and it doesn't take much for them to take you down there and show you where Hades is ruling. Number 1. Jupiter ruled. Sagittarius is the 9th sign in the zodiac, solely ruled by Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, luck, expansion. Typically, this makes Sagittariuses very fun, happy-go-lucky people. Wisdom seekers, knowledge sharers, storytellers, and so on. Sages are easily lovable and have big personalities. A Sag entering any environment could terrorize it. And that can be as simple as a Sag entering a quiet place and bringing lots of noise. That's on the light side. On the darker side, this expansive Jupiterian nature can terrorize whole countries. Number 2. Mutable fire. Sag is the mutable fire sign. Mutable signs are changeable, they adapt, they are flexible. Fire signs are energetic, extroverted, emotional, spiritual. So this makes Sagittarius great with people. They can travel anywhere in the world and make friends, bringing that good vibe, sharing some wisdom and making people laugh. But on the terrorizing side, Sag is wildfire. It's fire that spreads, and spreads quickly. Piping hot but cold as ice at the same time. It stings and then it burns. An explosion is scary, a house on fire is scary, but a fire that is rapidly spreading like a forest fire is even more terrifying. Sag on the darker side can easily go from person to person doing unspeakable things. There are famous Sagittarian SKs known for doing just this. You have not seen anything that can dangerously get around like a Sagittarius on the hunt. Number 3. Foreseer. Sagittarius is a spiritual fire sign. They have this special ability of looking ahead. Their whole journey is about seeking and discovering, but they can have visions too and see into the future. Jupiter's a spiritual planet, we must not forget. The scary thing about Sag is you can see when they are seeing something. And sometimes that can be when they are looking at you. The look in a Sag's eyes can be extremely seductive. You can see that a Sag is thinking of taking you home and tearing your clothes off later. But what about when it's a stranger that is a Sagittarius looking at you this way? Terror in your soul will rise as you feel you are in danger and see they are seeing what is going to happen to you. Sometimes you can see a Sag seeing your future and that is not always a good thing. Number 4. Foot in mouth. Typically, a Sag will be loud. Unless they've got some calmer placements, Sag are loud, they're outspoken and give zero fucks. Sag can be the ultimate terrorist to someone's feelings. Fire signs are as emotional as water signs, but Sag is one of the most insensitive signs. They can say something inappropriate or embarrassing and say it out loud. Not even meaning to start problems, just say it. Sag is like a jester, but the amount of people they can offend from what they say, Sag can very well be someone you're afraid bringing certain places because you don't know what will come out of their mouth and whose feelings they're gonna hurt. And no, they can't take insults back. Number 5. Solo adventurer. Sag is the traveller of the zodiac. They search high and low for whatever they are looking for. They will feel something is out there to be seen. One of the scariest things about Sag is they will do it alone. Sag don't need a partner, a friend, a group. A Sag can get up, go on a plane and make new friends, get with someone new for the night and so on. So a Sag's forwardness can be terrorizing. Male and female, a Sag can go anywhere and go up to anyone and get what they want. And Jupiter is Zeus. If you know what Zeus used to be going around doing to both gods and humans, you'll know why Sagittarius can gain the reputation they do on their solo trips. Woman and man eaters. Number 6. Zero patience. Fire signs are playful. Sagittarius is the eldest fire sign following Aries and Leo. Aries is the baby of the zodiac, being the first sign, so they can get away with the childlike antics, but Sag can have a similar childlike impatience. Sag can be very impatient with adult things. It can go from moaning about someone taking long to leave to someone not caring about another's boundaries because they're impatient. Again, Sag has this look in their eyes, so you can be scared to tell a Sag no or wait in fear of their response. In any area of life, Sag can be outright terrorizing with their impatience, which will either inspire others by how they get the results or scare others because it can get very dark. Number 7. Reckless rage. Sag is typically known as Jupiter's golden child, bubbly fun. Many Sagittarius won't be up for arguing. They'll just move on if someone tries to ruin the vibe, kill their fun. They'll go elsewhere and party with others. But Sagittarius do have a temper, and it's one of the worst in the whole zodiac. Again, it's expansive fire. When Sag loses it, you're going to witness the might of Zeus. Sag is probably the only sign that can be loud and dangerous. You know, the quietest in the room is normally the most no, Sag can be loud as hell and dangerous if the mood switches. You will understand why Sag likes to keep things fun after witnessing their dark side. Number 8. Charming centaur. With how friendly and open Sagittarius can be, going around learning shit and expanding their horizons, it's no surprise they are charming as hell. Sag doesn't have the gift of the gab like Gemini, Libra, but what Sag does have is that look in their eyes and projection of their vibe. You can feel when a Sag is charming you. And as mentioned, they will often be jokey, jovial type people. They have lovable energy. You can even laugh at something cruel they say because it sounds funny how they say it. So they can hit you with jokes, then hit you with that burning look of desire in their eyes. However, this same charm can be altered and be used on people to encourage them to follow. Next to Aquarius, Sag is a sign that can easily round up a group of people to go do some madness. They can charm or terrorize their friends, family, and even strangers, causing them to follow. So again, we have that wildfire effect. This is what makes Sagittarius work perfectly in war, even more than Aries. Because Sag can have the followers, have the masses following them in a more expansive way. Number 9. Free spirit. Sag is a free spirit. Traps of all kinds can reveal their terrorizing nature. Sag likes to feel free and be free. They need to be able to expand. But from all the gallivanting Sagittarius are known for, they often end up with someone who clings onto them. Sag has a big heart, so they don't want to hurt people typically, so they'll often be with someone, but in their heart they'd rather be free. So one of the scariest people you can meet is a Sag wanting some freedom from their relationship. I'm not saying all Sagittarius are cheaters, but hey, a Sag on a night out without their partner and is unhappy in the relationship, oh, they're gonna be on some stuff. You want someone to terrorize a venue, a club. Bring this Sag out with you and see if it's not like a kid in a candy store. It's not in their nature to be tied down by anything. We all saw what feeling trapped done to Britney Spears. Number 10. Spiritual warrior. Sagittarius is the spiritual warrior. They are that Phoenix Scorpio turned into. They are on a spiritual path, the first sign to really be seeking a spiritual connection externally. Sag is onto bigger and better things. They are seekers, lovers, and fighters. Sag, like Pisces, is a sign of belief, but Sag is a sign that can look ahead, and after Sag is the most controlling and dominant sign in the whole zodiac. The oldest earth sign, Capricorn. There's a side of Sag I like to call the Capricorn before the Capricorn, because you can find Sagittarius ruling the same way. Not as practical, but in a say controlling another's belief way. The spiritual warrior Sag can terrorize anyone's beliefs. This can be a prisoner you meet in jail that is so strong in their beliefs that they force you to convert to their belief system, force many people to follow their beliefs and end up in a position of leadership. The scariest thing of all is, Sag can do all of this and not even believe in what they made you change your belief for. And that's another side to the mutable signs. Sag can be a massive trickster. They can fool any other sign not even needing to be in a matured state. A mastermind trickster who can get lucky from many people's money and faith. Sagittarius can be a spiritual warrior in many ways, and one of them is knowing that crime and fear pays. Number 1. Cardinal Earth. Capricorn is the final and oldest Earth sign. It's grandmother, father energy. Being an Earth sign means Capricorns are stable, logical, and comfortable on Earth, in life. And being the final cardinal sign after Aries, Cancer, and Libra, Capricorns are not only starters, but they are finishers too. They know how to plan, execute, and complete efficiently. They know how to get a job done plus manage others basically, and there's always a method to their madness, if any madness is even shown. Number 2. Saturn ruled. Mars unlimited. Capricorn is solely ruled by the greater malefic and planet of karma, Saturn. Saturn instills order, discipline, patience, and perseverance in Capricorn. Alongside this, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Mars is your drive, your willpower paired with your sun. How you go about what you want. Mars is the warrior planet. In Capricorn, Mars is controlled by Saturn. So Capricorns has the patience and the drive to never stop, allowing them to go through processes step by step until completion. Capricorns are in it for the long game and has the energy and tactics to stay strong until it's all over. Number 3. Top of the mountain. Capricorn is the goat standing at the top of the mountain. It rules the peak area of a natal chart, the 10th house. Saturn teaches Capricorn all about structure, legacy, patience, and perseverance. Capricorn may face restrictions and hardship early on in life, but has the tools to keep going. Each step they take, they grow stronger. Any setback they face, they get back up and go again, wiser. This self-discipline and diligence will place Capricorns in positions at the top in life where they are looking down on others attempting this same climb. From a CEO to manager to musician to mob boss, any efficient organization will often have a Capricorn sitting at the top of it or played a big part in its success. They use their time, energy, and brain productively. Capricorns are achievers, not triers. Number 4. Goat from the sea. The goat that represents Capricorn is often depicted with an aquatic tail. It's true to Capricorn's roots. Capricorns are not typically emotional people. There's a disconnect. However, they are opposite probably the most emotional sign in the whole zodiac in Cancer. So Capricorns are very aware of emotions and knows how to control another's emotions. Capricorns can read you and know how best to use you and your emotions depending on their goals. Feelings, their own or another's, will never stop a Capricorn and their climb. It's not personal, just business, represents the Capricorn to Cancer axis. So someone who is really emotional will be at an immediate disadvantage with Capricorn, as their ruthlessness, coldness, and logical mind will know how to use you. Number 5. Most materialistic. Being the oldest earth sign, Capricorns are the most materialistic. They know how best to use Earth's resources to attain their goals. Through this knowledge, which places them in the spotlight or at the top for others to look up to, it also makes them want to look the part, so will often be seen with and in expensive things. Again, there's a disconnect to feelings, so Capricorn can put a lot into their work and their materials. This includes their actions on the darker side too. Money is the root to all evil, and Saturn, Capricorn's ruler, can be called Satan too. Capricorn's represented by the devil in tarot. This climb to the top can be a ruthless one depending on the Capricorn's morals. A Capricorn can very well step on another if it means they can step out in designer. Number 6. Capitalizer. Going back to Capricorns being able to read people and their emotions, Capricorns will always spot weaknesses in people. Can be anything, but the obvious Achilles heel for many will involve money. The majority of the world doesn't have the money the way social media shows you. Living off credit and in debt is more the truth than what's shown. Now, this is a generalization, of course. Not all Capricorns will be wealthy, but they will have a wealthy mindset regardless and see where they can capitalize on others. Capricorns with money in particular will view life and people like a chess player. Someone looking down at the board, the pawns, and working out their next move for their own gain. You know that typical story of someone sleeping with their boss for a better position, more money, etc. Capricorns can very well be the ones offering those opportunities to others on the darker side. On the light side, they can capitalize on another's needs and wants, offering jobs to get their work done and so on. Capricorns will see your value, what you bring to the table, and that's where they can make moves. Many can try earn Capricorn's respect, but the key is to have respect for themselves. So Capricorn will know who and who doesn't respect themselves. In other words, who and who doesn't deserve respect. Capricorns are so capitalizing that they can capitalize on their own setbacks or downfalls too. So another's is easy for them to make use of. Number 7. Boss of bosses. The typical bosses of the Zodiac is like Leo to Libra area, as in everyday life type bosses. Being the oldest and most experienced earth sign, Capricorns will often have a reputation and respect. Capricorn has enough strength to even have these sort of signs under control. Again, it's like CEO energy. Capricorn can be as commanding as Taurus and as demanding as Leo in a way that garners respect. They can shift their energy from cardinal to fixed, and that they will often have money and a solid reputation and a cold streak. Many won't challenge Capricorn or even feel the need to. A sense of fear will be there. Capricorn is the brain behind operations who may not even be seen. They are very private and reserved people, but when they are seen, boss energy is felt in their presence and others will respect it, as if it's a military commander being saluted as they walk past their soldiers, their troops. Capricorns are those people who you have to go through people to get to. Not only is the climb hard to achieve to reach the goal, but they will also have paid people working below them to stop you on your way. The Capricorns who really taps into their energy can real life live like this. There's no such thing as luck with Capricorn, it's all strategically planned and they serve themselves. Capricorn won't see anyone as above them, and if someone is, that's just another step to climb. The earth sign before Capricorn, Virgo, is the servant to people. Capricorn takes this further, utilizing this knowledge and essentially serving themselves, while others serve them. Number 8. No feelings. Cold. Capricorn represents peak winter, the dead of the night. It's the feminine sign between Scorpio and Pisces. Capricorn on a more standard basis is colder than both of them. Capricorn season is dry, long, cold and dry. Capricorn energy is not pretty. They make it pretty to the public, but it's not pretty, it's tough, grueling work. They may start the climb with feelings, but they will lose it very quickly as they start calculating how to climb each step. Everything becomes work. If a Capricorn is operating on their darker side, which they already have that Saturn dark cold energy in them anyway, you will be dealing with someone who shows no remorse. A Capricorn can crush anybody and their spirit. The same way they can piece things together is the same way they can break someone down piece by piece. The material world and the dream world are separate. Being the most materialistic can see Capricorn move as if they have no soul. The other Saturn signs can be the same way, Aquarius and Libra. But that Capricorn is solely Saturn and strong Martian energy. A cold soul is what you can very well witness in many Capricorns through what they are driven to do. Money brings about the devil. The negative ways of Capricorn is why Aquarius after Capricorn is the rebel and the humanitarian. Number 9. Karma dodger. Capricorns can be those people who you wonder why karma hasn't got them yet. Like, you sold out this and that person and you're still thriving. How hasn't karma caught you? Again, Capricorns are methodical. They are smart. They are being taught about karma by Saturn and know how to use materials and people. And knows about emotions and the spiritual world being the sea goat. So they can essentially know how to avoid karma. Let's say a Capricorn boss wanted to take out another boss. How would a Capricorn get this job done without facing the consequences? Get another person to do it. Pay a hitman, give a drug addict a chance to score. Someone out there will do this job. Capricorns are fully capable of doing their own dirty work, but they're not as hands-on as Virgo. So getting another to do it can be their way of choice, as they can get what they want without any backlash. Unless someone snitches. Money is not spiritually real. It's just a material humans placed value on. People sell their soul for money, but you can't buy a soul with money in the same way. So you take the money, you do the job. If you get caught or karma comes back round for you, the Capricorn will have nothing to do with it. For example, Capricorns know what they are doing more than the average person will even realize. And for some lore, Saturn, aka Kronos, the god of time in mythology, killed his dad Uranus so he could rule. Soon after, he ate all his kids but one, imprisoning them in his stomach to escape the same karma coming back to him. In other words, stop any of his kids killing him like he killed his dad. The kid who didn't get trapped ended up freeing his siblings from Saturn's stomach and then imprisoning him. And that kid who did that, Zeus, aka Jupiter, rules the last sign in the Zodiac alongside one of his freed siblings in Poseidon, aka Neptune. Just for some lore on what the story of the Zodiac is telling. But all in all, Capricorn, Saturn, it's got an element of working brains and working with or against karma. Number 10. Self-love. Although disconnected from emotions and others' feelings, what Capricorns do as a whole will be in the name of self-love. Not in the same way as like Leo, but in a I deserve it way. Capricorns knows value. They know your value and they know their own. All the cardinal signs have a strong element of selfishness. That's why they even start things in the first place, because they deep down feel they deserve what they are trying to achieve. So Capricorn is like the highest form of self-love on a human level. They don't have to love the world like Pisces at the end or care for others like their opposite sign Cancer. As long as they achieve their goals, they are fine. They will not stop until they get what they want and knows exactly how to get it. And they will ultimately do it because they love themselves. That sounds basic, but the majority of people can be riddled with insecurities and lack self-worth and confidence. Again, we go back to capitalizing. Capricorns can love their family, they can love their friends, love their life, but what they will secretly love above all is themselves and their materials, because they worked hard for it. It doesn't come easy, but it comes because they love themselves enough to make sure of it. They love and respect themselves. Others can soon learn this when they get in the way of a Capricorn's plans. Number 1. Fixed air. Aquarius is the fixed air sign of the Zodiac. Air signs are about communication relating to another. Fixed signs are about staying put, standing your ground, stable in the element to an extent. So with Aquarius, we can have someone who is not easily swayed by another's words. opinions, perspectives, Aquarius can stay fixed with their mindset and rebel on others. This enables Aquarius to be great at debates and getting their point across. Aquarius is also the second eldest sign of all in the zodiac, so they can school the majority with what they communicate. Winning a debate with an Aquarius will not be easy. If an Aquarius disagrees with someone, you'll witness the rebellion in conversation, but it's not just limited to that. Number 2. Saturn and Uranus ruled. Aquarius has a war going on within themselves. Being ruled by Saturn tries to enforce structure, stability, keeping traditions, karmic lessons, but Uranus wants freedom. New age, out with the old, in with the new. Break the chains. Saturn is upholding tradition, while Uranus is futuristic. So from Uranus's influence alone, Aquarius is rebellious. It's easier to understand it by looking at the sign before Aquarius, Capricorn. Capricorn is solely ruled by Saturn, and it's like the master controller here on Earth, being the oldest Earth sign. Aquarius is the humanitarian who wants to break free from the structures set before it. So you either get the fixed Aquarius who enforces that Saturn-like control, or they are Uranus-like and focus on being totally free and freeing the others from Saturn's grip. Which brings you to the water bearer watering the fish, aka Pisces, in the end, freeing the soul. In mythology, Uranus, the god of the sky, was Saturn, aka Cronus' dad, the god of time. Saturn, aka Cronus, killed Uranus to take over and rule. Then Saturn ate his kids to imprison them and avoid the same karma. For some extra law on who rules Aquarius, it's a father and son beef. Number 3. Cold is hot. Aquarius isn't detached from their feelings like how a few other signs are. They are not heartless per se, but they still can be the coldest despite of that. Aquarius is ruled by the coldest planet in the solar system, Uranus, and on the zodiac wheel, Aquarius is opposite the hottest sign ruled by the sun in Leo. So here on Earth, Aquarius is the coldest sign. Aquarius can be detached from the heart of a human. Leo rules the heart. Aquarius on the opposite can truly move heartless. It's great to have a heart, but it can also hinder you. To be the rebel Aquarius truly is, this lack of heart is handy as Aquarius can logically do what they have to do. Another's heart, another's feelings, if an Aquarius is locked into their cold mindset, which is in their nature to do, they can easily say fuck another's feelings, go completely cold and detach. Aquarius can rebel being a controlled human basically. It's why they can also be called aliens or robots from space, because this is when they start going into Pisces type world. Or they can just be outright weird by those who don't understand how cold they can be. Number 4. The humanitarian. So I've already touched on the humanitarian aspect of Aquarius, but when it comes to the rebellious side, this is literally someone you can find leading the masses or a part of a rebellious group, fighting for what's right, rebelling, inhumane fuckery. But this can also be a gang leader rebelling the government and can be a problem for innocent people here. Even without the use of feelings, an Aquarius can generate a connection and form ties amongst like-minded people, which will be a force to be reckoned with because Aquarius will be surrounded by people operating on the same frequency, basically. Number 5. Detached from Earth. When you think of words like detached or aloof, Aquarius will be the sign that comes to mind. Again, if we look at Capricorn as the ruler and this is Capricorn's Earth, Aquarius won't want a part of it on one side. So Aquarius will look towards the skies, space, or even the ocean. Aquarius will look away from Earth to either leave or for something to help with their rebellion here on Earth. Pisces aside, Aquarius is the most spiritual sign here on Earth. It's a progressive sequence. It's just we're not all operating on the same timeline or at the same speed. But by default, Aquarius is a rebel to Earth. Number 6. Mind outside of the box. Being ruled by Uranus gives Aquarius an almost unmatched intelligence, or should I say outlook. Obviously, aspects and other things in one's chart can alter this, but your typical Aquarius will have a genius-like mindset. It will be different from the rest, dare I say above. If Earth is a box or we're actually under a dome, Aquarius will be the first to be able to think outside of the box. And I mean really think outside of the box. Ideas and thoughts that isn't from Earth's teachings. They can see into the future or see spiritual truths. And if what reality is showing is seeming to lie, solely to control, on a Saturn type vibe, Aquarius will again use this mindset to rebel it on a Uranian vibe. Aquarius is the scientist who breaks everything down, gains an understanding and wants to share it with humanity. But they can also be so fixed in their thinking that others can see it as arrogant or God complex like. They're the God complex sign, to where they won't listen, forcing Aquarius to go it alone. So again, there's parallels. There's the working with the masses with the same mindset, or it's a lone thinker discovering shit alone. Number 7. Unmatched energy. Aquarius is the most unique zodiac sign. It's not like Aries, who is first so does their own thing. What makes Aquarius unique is they are fully aware of others and still choose to do their own thing. Again, rebelling. Part reason they're able to do this is because they hold a unique energy. It's electricity. If an Aquarius is in a group, it's their energy, their current flowing through each person. Aquarius can be the perfect hype person too, as they can transfer that electricity into another and liven them up. That's if they like you. If they don't, they can rebel you and any energy force you have. It will turn into static electricity, and if you're around them, you may end up shocked. Aquarius won't mirror you. They'll shock you. That can be from a gentle warning to a full-blown heart-stopping attack. Number 8. The visionary. As mentioned, Aquarians are the visionaries. A reason for an Aquarius' success is for the simple fact that they stay set on their visions. And this is oftentimes a unique vision. It's something that has not been seen before, or in this lifetime anyway. It takes strength to stand alone on your vision and bring it to life when others can doubt you. If Aquarius has doubters and faces rebellion, this can increase their fixation and charge. Aquarius has the ability to blow another's mind because their own mind could initially rebel what Aquarius was telling them. Aquarius is that wow factor. Number 9. Creative. Aquarius are natural creatives. To think outside of the box, you have to be. To be a creative, unless you're copying another's work, you have to be able to go within and pull it out. That Aquarius is looking towards the dream world. This alone will give them lots of inspiration. This is why you can find many Aquariuses alone. They can get inspo from the world and people around them and draw inspiration from the spiritual world. So again, this can bring you a rebel to Earth's teachings. This can be someone who fails academically during school years, but ends up becoming super rich from an invention, defying the odds, and that's in any field from science to music to sports, any and every. Number 10. Spiritual access. All in all, what makes Aquarius the ultimate rebel is due to them having spiritual access. The water bearer represents Aquarius. Aquarius and Pisces is the only two symbols that directly match up one after the other. You got the water bearer pouring its water down, and then the fish comes after. These are the two ODs of the Zodiac, detached, and going back to Saturn, Capricorn and restrictions. Ganymede is the cupbearer to Zeus. Zeus aka Jupiter, who rules Pisces. Zeus is Saturn aka Cronus' son. It was Zeus who ended up freeing his siblings and imprisoning Saturn for eternity. So it's one way to look at it. The cupbearer fed someone or something spiritual that brought about change and freedom, which starts a whole new cycle. Earth is controlled. No matter where you are on it, it's under a control. The spiritual world is free. Aquarius sees this and are inclined to make a difference. Number 1. Empathy. Pisces are the empaths of the zodiac, meaning Pisces doesn't just understand how another feels, but can feel how another feels. Pisces are the sign of the soul, so through empathy, Pisces can download your soul, your thoughts, your feelings, which is perfect for comforting and healing others, but is also why you don't want Pisces as an enemy, because they know exactly how you work, so know exactly how to destroy you. Number 2. Conglomeration. Pisces is a combination of all the signs in the zodiac. It's the old soul that has been through every life lesson, so is able to understand every single sign as they've been there. Pisces is all signs in one. The dark side of this is, well, Pisces is able to use the energy of any sign for any reason whilst keeping their own Piscean energy hidden. Pisces can mirror anybody. Anything you show a Pisces, any energy you bring to a Pisces, they can adapt to it, match it. This is also why Pisces is not liked, because they show people their own shadow self with people not realizing it. You can keep the same energy for the rest of your life, while Pisces can keep your energy towards you until the end of time. Number 3. Sensitive. Pisces are sensitive to everything. Not only their feelings, but your feelings, the environment, the undercurrents, everything that is going on behind the scenes of someone, some place, or something. Pisces is a sponge to all energies. The dark side to this is, these energies can be at a Pisces' disposal. So they essentially have the choice what to do with these energies and or information they receive. They can bin it or dump it on you. Number 4. Imaginative. Pisces is the most creative and imaginative sign in the zodiac. Again, going back to being a conglomeration of all signs. So Pisces is not limited in the sense of thinking of or creating anything. The dark side to this is, this extends to when Pisces has enemies or is at war. Pisces can easily imagine, create and manifest your demise and witness it in reality, bringing the two worlds, the spiritual and the material together, where the two fishes become one. Not all pictures Pisces paints are beautiful. Some can be bloody. Number 5. The chameleon. Pisces is the last mutable sign, following Gemini, Virgo and Sagittarius. Mutable energy is flexible, adaptable, changeable. Pisces is also the final water sign, following Cancer and Scorpio. Water energy is emotions, intuition, spiritual, deep, caring. So in Pisces, you get someone who is literally as fluid and adaptable as water, so can fit into any mode, any area, adapt to any person, operate at any temperature, frozen, freezing cold, boiling hot. Pisces are Ditto in Pokemon, Mokujin in Tekken. Pisces forever adapts to who they are around, adapts to their surroundings, adapts to the energy in a place, forever changing colours like a chameleon to where you won't know the colour the Pisces actually is. And you know who else can shapeshift how Pisces can? Holding that trident like Neptune, Pisces ruler? The devil. So make of that what you will. Number 6. Vengeful. Pisces being the sign of the soul and sensitive means Pisces' feelings oftentimes gets hurt. On one side, you'll have the Pisces who will continue to suffer at the hands of others, having no backbone, being a doormat. And on the other, you get the Pisces that will reflect any sort of pain another causes them. This can passively happen spiritually, but Pisces, being the final zodiac sign, can enter a state where they cause a flood, which brings about a new cycle in Aries. In other words, they will end anything you start, starting a whole new cycle where you may not be alive to see it. Neptune in the form of Poseidon, whose revenge was legendary, and Jupiter in the form of Zeus, who is the king of all gods, are both Pisces rulers. Be careful who you offend. Number 7. Hidden Shark. Pisces are often depicted as two soft, peaceful goldfish that means no harm to anybody. But the truth is, one fish is a goldfish and the other is a shark. Every Pisces basically has a dark side to their light side which can rear its head through the harshness of life, or just because the goldfish has been taken advantage of for far too long. Never forget this sign is coming from Cancer with the shell and claws, and Scorpio with the stinger on display. Pisces is the assassin with the hidden blade, from the 12th house of hidden enemies. Pisces the ghost can be the hidden enemy to all in the flesh, moving in silence with violence. Pisces are notorious for being serial killers for this reason alone. The sharks inside waiting to be mistaken. Number 8. Intuitive. Pisces being the most sensitive, the most receptive sign turns into Pisces being the most intuitive sign when they listen to themselves. It's where Pisces can be seen as psychic from picking up on things before it happens. Pisces are portrayed as gullible and weak, when in reality, Pisces can easily pick up on deception. If you say one thing and mean another, a Pisces will know. If somewhere looks safe, but danger is around the corner, a Pisces will know, and so on. A woman's intuition is strong in general, but Pisces is the final divine feminine sign of the Zodiac. This is sacred, ancestral, fairy godmother type energy you are dealing with here. The dark side is, well, a Pisces can see when someone is going to fall into a ditch and not warn them if they don't want to. You can apply that analogy to anything and realize how dangerous that is. Number 9. Slippery. Pisces are the most slippery people in the whole Zodiac, being the sign of the fish. They are elusive and quickly maneuver out of bad situations, moving like a fish in water in reality. It's if they fuck with you deeply or not. If they don't, the fish flakes and goes somewhere else where they serve fish flakes. Some will say Pisces are flaky, and others will say Pisces are the most loyal. The dark side to this is, Pisces can appear easy to trap. They appear like fish you can pick up with your bare hands and skin alive like a bear. But Pisces are the masters at playing a fool, so can allow themselves to be trapped with a means to trap you. When a fish doesn't appear slippery and looks all cute and was easy to catch, you need to mind, because it may be poisonous like a pufferfish. And once you're laying lifeless in the sea, your skin will end up flaking when the fishes are eating you. Number 10. The most loving. Pisces is the most loving sign in the Zodiac. Being ruled by Neptune and having the planet of love Venus exalted in the sign, you literally can't love more than a Pisces. The love from Pisces conquers all, not the fear from Capricorn. But as with everything, there's two sides. So if someone is capable of being the most loving, what's the reverse to that? Pisces are the sign of extremes. It's pure soul devotion with Pisces. If they don't love you with their whole heart, they will hate you with their whole soul, to where you don't exist anymore. Whether that's from ghosting you and forgetting your existence, to actually turning you into a ghost. It depends on the scenario. But Pisces can embody any emotion to its full capacity. Fully understand what that means. That includes anger, happiness, sadness, all of them. Peak highs and deep lows. They can be the victim of those emotions or make you a victim. Full stop. Bonus. Misinterpreted. The most dangerous thing about Pisces overall is astrologers' interpretations. Pisces are described as weak-willed, depressed, harmless creatures begging for mercy. Or they're described like little kids skipping around in a meadow with pink skies, rainbow-haired unicorns, and magical talking plants. The real is, Pisces are like old people, excluding the reduced physical abilities. Wise, full of knowledge and wisdom, appear fragile and weak, but are extremely dangerous, with more knowledge of how to harm you than you them. Astrologers tells you Pisces is Magikarp. They forget to tell you about Gyarados. Astrologers will tell you Pisces is Nemo. They forget to tell you about the Kraken. Pisces is not only the most dangerous sign, but the most misunderstood sign. And many victims are walking around crying about how dirty a Pisces done them, or they're dead and can't say a word. Pisces is a mute sign that will leave you mute. Come in peace or leave in pieces.